Hello everyone, my name is Sutton the Wolf, and welcome back to One Shot, the ending of One Shot. I don't know how long this video will be. I don't know how long this ending is. I've never seen either ending of this game. I'm assuming there are multiple because there are different options I have here. Unless Nico just decides like, oh hey, I'm going to return the sun no matter what you say, but I doubt that would happen given how this game has played it. I just want to take a second before I make this choice to talk for a second with you guys. This game did what it wanted to do very well. It gave me a character that I instantly fell in love with. It gave me a character that I wanted to protect, that I wanted to guide, that I wanted to lead down his merry way, his whatever his gender, I think it's a he, his merry way, and make me fall in love with him. And I did. And now it's telling me that to save an entire world of people, I have to make sure he can never see any of his loved ones ever again. And that's a rough choice to have to make. And that was how this game is designed. It was a your decisions matter kind of game. And there are too many of those games that I've played and seen where your decisions don't matter. Like maybe in some games, your decision makes one person die instead of another person, but then the other person just dies later on anyway. Like, that doesn't matter. This matters in this game, in this game's context. And it's the most difficult decision I have ever had to make in a game. And I respect that. I respect this game having the balls to make me choose that. To not have both happy endings. I respect that. And so I give my full regards to this game. Regardless of what happens, this game has earned my full praise for what it wanted to do. It has given me a wonderful experience. While freaky and weird and creeping me out with the whole computer thing, it has been a joy to play this game. I cannot ever explain how serious I am about this. This game was phenomenal. Regardless of what happens right now, up to this point, it has been absolutely wonderful. But in the end, I do have to make a choice. Now, when I talked to you guys last time at the end of the last episode, I pointed out something that I've held near and dear to me for my entire life, and that is my friends. My closest friends are the people I care about most in this world. I don't care what anyone says. That is the most true thing I will ever say in any video, in any context. No matter if it's to you guys, on the internet, in person, to their faces, or to anyone else's face. And I know I'm crying over a video game right now, but it's not just that. I'm crying because I want to make a statement right now. With this decision, I had to look inside myself. I had to ask myself if I've been lying to myself all of these years. I always tell myself, before I go to bed, before I make big decisions, before I talk to people, before I decide whether or not I'm going to do an event, before I'm going to let someone borrow something, before I do anything, I always ask myself, am I willing to do this for a friend? Am I willing to do something that might have negative consequences for me, for other people, for anyone else, for a friend that I care about? And I always tell myself that that answer is yes, undoubtedly. Every time. I always say it. And I've never been tested on it. I've never been given a test that says, hey, your decision matters to where you have to literally kill people to keep your friend alive in a ratio that is not favorable. This is an entire world of people we're talking about. You can tell me it's fictional. I'm not talking about fiction right now. I'm talking about real world. I had to think deep inside myself and think, in a real world scenario, would I, as this person, God, right now, Would I sacrifice an entire world, dimension, existence of people for one single individual person, a child who doesn't know any better, who I have known for approximately 6 hours of game time, maybe 5, however much it is, that I have just become infatuated with because he's adorable, because he's kind, because he's caring. I became infatuated with him. I consider him a friend within the context of the game. This is a personal, extremely deep question that this game made me ask myself. Would I be willing to give up the entirety of this quest, the entirety of the existences of these people in this entire dimension, to save one single friend? And it took me a while to choose. I really had to take, I said last time I had to take an hour break, I took 2. I took double that time. I went and I took a nap, I had to sleep on it, and I still didn't know. But I do now. I could never, ever be that person who can go back on their word and look themselves in the mirror every day. What kind of person does it take to do that? I have no clue. But I will be God's damned if I will ever in my life say that I will do anything for a friend and not fucking mean it. So my decision in the end, I'm going to let Nico return home, because he is a friend of mine and I care about him. Nico, return home. I trust your judgment, Kyle. Kyle? What happened? It's very dark in here. Oh, I can see a light at the end of this passage. I think I hear a voice too. Mama? I can hear her calling me. All I need to do is pass this wall. I'll finally be home again. Kyle, I guess this is goodbye. I'm glad that I got to meet you, Kyle. Thank you for everything. And now I can just sit here and watch, as my actions have their consequences. I have to live with what I do. Every time I choose to help someone, every time I choose to do anything, there's a consequence. Whether it's noticeable or not noticeable. Everything you ever do, there are connotations. Every decision you make, everything you say, everything you do, all of those things, you don't necessarily know what they do, but you will eventually. Every time something happens, your actions affect people. You may not understand right now what your actions really mean to people. But in time you'll realize that you mean something Your actions mean something. And that's something that you're going to have to live with, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Fatal error. Savior not found. Shutting down. Well, that was one shot, guys. I already went on a rant before about how good this game was, and I repeat that tenfold even after seeing that ending. That was hard for me, guys. I know I look like a blubbering idiot right now, crying over a video game, talking about real-world issues as if they had any relevance to the game that I'm playing right now, that I just got done playing. That was a fictional game. I mean, it was a fictional game I was playing in the real world. It had no connotation on the real world. It had no connotation anywhere else that would have mattered. But that was something that I just had to do. I had to be able to tell myself that I'm not lying to myself when I say I can do things for people. And if that makes me a wuss, a sissy, a bitch for caring like that, then call me that all you want. I am not afraid to cry about that. I am not afraid to reinforce my decision. You can tell me all the way that that was the wrong choice, that I shouldn't have done that I should have just let Nico stay in that world or die or whatever it would have been that befell him. You can tell me all you want. But I will never, ever regret that. I will never regret what I say or do or contemplate or decide or any of that for a friend. I will never, ever say that I will do something for someone and not do it. That is the biggest rule about myself that I've set for myself, that I can ever, have ever, and will ever have made. It is the most important personal code of my being. And this was a test to me being able to actually go with that and reaffirm that for myself. And I think I've done that. So I have no regrets. So thank you all very much for watching. I apologize for getting emotional. I don't know if you guys are okay with that or if you guys want to see a big fat guy crying on the internet over a video game. But that's what you got today. So thank you all so much for watching. Leave your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. I will always read them, and I will always take them into account. You can count on that. Because that is me saying that I will do that for you guys. Whether you are haters that post negative comments and try to get me reported or for whatever reason, whether you're friends watching this, whether you are just random people who came across my channel because of Purino Party clickbait, whether you are someone who was legitimately interested in my content, whether you are someone who just met me one time and wanted to see what I was like, regardless of who you are, that is something that I promise you I will do. I will care about what you guys have to say. And I give you my sole, wholehearted word on that. And with that, I will see you guys next time.